Wockhardt's US-FDA approval of Zaynich, an antibiotic that works against superbugs or difficult to treat bacterial infections, marks a historic milestone for both the firm and the Indian pharma industry. This is the first ever drug entirely developed by an Indian company and approved by the FDA. Behind this milestone and the journey that led to it is Habil Khorakiwala, a leader who held his nerve through financial turbulence, regulatory hurdles, and asset sales, never abandoning a 25-year bet on innovation. In this conversation with Rica, Bhattacharyya and me, the Wockhardt chairman talks about the research pipeline, his international plans, the commercial roadmap for the US with his daughter Zahabiya Khorakiwala steering it, and the pipeline of blockbusters that could redefine the company's future. Altogether, a complete switch from generics to the daunting yet rewarding world of innovation. It's Thursday, the 4th of June. I am Vikas Dandekar, ET Pharma's editor. This is Corner Office Conversation.
Zaynich is being seen as a milestone in the, Indian pharma industry. So from a Wockhardt point of view, if you could tell us that how significant is this approval for Wockhardt and what is the road ahead here on?
I consider it is a very historic, both from Wockhardt and India, because in a very competitive market which is dominated by global large pharma companies, we could find a new drug. Now, you look at the size of our research program in terms of resources, both financial, people, and ecosystem. We are at a disadvantage everywhere. So what it shows is we can do it if you decide to do it. So it is breaking a barrier of thinking.
Absolutely.
It's a breaking a barrier because industry started 6-7 companies. Today, out of that, all have closed down. As far as the new drug discovery is concerned, technology, yes, we have a lot of successes there. But in finding a new drug, some minor traction is there where people have introduced for India. But one of the requirements of a new drug globally is it has to be better than what is available. The second aspect, which is very important, is how you think strategically long term. Because it has come out with a very deliberate strategy of picking the area of research, antibiotic. Because in 90s, all the companies came. I looked research at that point in time, drug discovery, in a competitive sense. So therefore, we found a niche where over the years, I will not have competition, but the problem will be there. So that was a very important part of it and your ability to believe in it and sustain it.
So this is a very different research, sir. I mean, normally we would see that, companies follow what is already known and do something incremental. What gave you the whole courage of really looking at something very different, the breaking of the PBP, the binding 2 and 3. It was something that was very new and still you pursued it right from the beginning.
Yeah, see what happened that somewhere along the line, inhibitors were there. So when you say that you inhibit some of the enzyme, they develop a new enzyme. Therefore, these people rethought of finding another method of doing it. So that is how PB2 resistance was there, and if you have something attached,
right,
it gives you entirely a very different
the synergy of the two actually.
Synergy is, they are powerful, they are bactericidal.
Right.
They are effective at relatively low doses.
Right. Yeah.
Was it more of a scientific bet or a business bet, or would you call it, the mission to innovate Also a part two of this question is that about the economics of antibiotics.
See, one thing is that economics of antibiotic was not very good for big pharma. That's why they were exiting. And the hurdles of using antibiotic, you keep it reserved, you don't use it, all was there. So obviously, for that size of company, it may not be worthwhile. But from our perspective, our approach was, okay, let's do it whether we are number one or number third or fourth, doesn't matter. We have India emerging very large market, price point, we don't have to worry about that. But the fact that our team delivered so many drugs which are globally competitive and they are better than what anybody could find, basically. So I understood that process. You need to be a long-term player. Therefore, we went into one space. But if you look at other companies, they went to 3, 4, 5 areas relatively. So the only area short-term usage was cancer, antibiotic, and pain. These were the 3 therapies. So that is first choice. So it took me about 2 years before, 2, 3 years. We were late starter in research. But I was trying to understand the research. I talked to a lot of guys. I visited a lot of facility, understood the complexity.
Sir, knowing that research takes so much before you really see the result, and you still stuck with the whole idea that we will go the long haul, even at a time when Wockhardt had actually seen so many challenges. You had to sell the businesses, a lot of FCCB issues came up. I mean, no one probably thought that, Wockhardt will ever rise back. In those difficult times, how did you hold back? How did you actually want to still come back with the same inspiration?
Very difficult question to answer, but it is simple perseverance and belief, and something which is more important than something which is less important, and that is a choice we made. Sometimes activity gets a little slowed down also because of financial challenges.
Yeah.
So that did happen at certain point in time.
So now, sir, that you have the biggest achievement for all of your 15 years of continuous research and perseverance, can you give us some idea about how you are actually shaping your US operations?
See, our approach fundamentally is that I had one molecule, I could give it out to somebody, provided I get a right price. But we have a long-term perspective of that.
Mhm.
So we did explore that possibility. But somehow we were not getting the kind of value we deserve. But at the same time, we were working on other alternative. But do a research and find a new drug is far more a tougher job than creating an organization of different kind. Second, today, I can tell you the team we are able to collect for US, and we are only focused on creating top team of people to medical sales and marketing and whatever market access, whatever team. Rest we are outsourcing it. So it's like a brain, you keep it with you and let the body be there. So there is no major changes required. So leadership is in-house, in other words. All areas of leadership we have kept in-house. And that is why we're building organization.
What's the leadership like, sir? Can you tell us who is leading the US operations now?
No, my daughter is going to look after the US operation, Zahabiya. And this next level of 4 or 5 people we already recruited. 1 or 2 are on the way. They are already there. My team is there.
Wow. Does she have the experience of
She is basically a liberal arts graduate.
Mm-hmm.
She is running hospital, and you go and talk to her. She will tell you everything better than any doctors will tell you.
Any estimates of how much you think can be made in terms of your...
We estimate the peak sale of this drug, 5222, would be what, $1.5 to $2 billion?
peak sales?
Peak sale.
Which will be maybe in 3, 4, 5 years of boosting.
Peak sale, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Maybe more, but total market size is 9 billion today.
Yeah, exactly.
So a 20% market share is reasonable.
Right. And your patents will be till 2038.
Yeah, 38.
Right.
And for all new drugs, I get 10 years
Exclusivity.
anyway. because of that. So even if other drug we take it tomorrow to Western market, I get 10 years
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. So this will also lead to European approval.
No, this may not lead to Europe. We already filed in Europe in January.
Okay.
We filed 3-4 months later, so it will come 3-4 months.
Amazing.
That is also fast track there.
Right.
So how about the pricing? This 8 to 10 days, I think the treatment.
It will cost between $10,000 per day. Cost will be about $1,200 to $1,500. Treatment cost will be about $10,000 to $12,000, $15,000 depending on
Dose.
the treatment doses.
Right.
Daily cost is the same.
And the dose will
That is in US.
in the US, correct. And in India, it will be significantly lower, right?
It will be about 25% of that cost, 25%.
25% of that cost.
Yeah, you have to have heavy discounting.
You ready for the rollout, sir? I mean, you can launch.
6 months it will take us because after approval you have to take batches. So by end of the year we should be able to 2-3 months maybe earlier in India compared to the US.
So, Zidebactam is being described as a,
An answer.
beta-lactam enhancer, right? Compared to conventional
Inhibitor.
beta-lactam inhibitor. So, how defensible is this, scientific platform to future competition? And also, are you already seeing interest from, global players to collaborate or in?
There are the existing antibiotic business. See, because today the challenges of antibiotic and the size of the market of $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion is today all your drugs are 5 and 10 and $20 billion and $100 billion now anti-obesity. So the ball game is different. That's why they're losing interest in that. All the new treatment you are getting is $100,000 per treatment.
Will you like to branch into something more, sir? Because
No.
It'll continue to be.
We want to maintain leadership in antibiotic space for all time to come. Because you could get in a lifetime rare opportunity where you are today ahead of everybody in molecule and research. Now to maintain that is very important. But our long-term strategy is very different business model, which I'm not sharing to anybody. Our business model do not get expire when that product expires. We will compete even when it becomes off patent because my cost would be lower than anybody else. Learning curve. My brand would in the doctor's mind would be the innovator brand.
Absolutely.
So why would I give the space? The volume will multiply 3 to 5 times or 10 times. So top line may not change very much. And if I maintain a large market share in the generics of patent space, why would I give up that market? India would be the most competitive, but most markets are not as competitive.
You'll do a CDMO, sir, for India market? Do you, or will you source it from outside?
India, we are making ourselves. Technology is ours. Even externally, we have given technology.
It's said, sir, that one drug changes the face of an organization. You need to get that one big blockbuster. This probably will be for Wockhardt.
We don't have one, we have a series of blockbusters.
So it is a platform that you are.
Antibiotic is a platform, my platform. I have got 5 products, 6 products, QIDP status. So we will be launching. We didn't do phase 3 clinical. I had to pick up one drug.
Yeah.
So that's what we did with one product.
Right.
The others are equally big. They are not small.
Yeah. Equally promising. Yeah.
No, the other drug we have with Hertapenam Zidebactam.
Yeah.
Which is once a day. Now, once a day is a massive market.
Huge.
Half of the antibiotics are used outside the hospital.
Yeah.
Even the hospitalized patient.
Yes.
In the Western.
Yeah.
They just, after 3 days you go home, 4 days you go home.
Yeah. That's again going to be another.
Yeah, so all are going to be a large product, which we will take globally. And we have some other pipeline which we have not even announced.
Within antibiotics.
Only antibiotic. We are not going away anywhere.
So, sir, with this coming up, will you look at higher allocation of funds for R&D, or will you continue to be the CEO?
See, the point is, most of our drugs which are there, they have already gone through phase 1, phase 2 clinical trial. Like my nifetromycin, we have done phase 2 trial. 6777 is phase 1 is done. Only phase 3 clinical is open, basically. So there is a timeline of 2 years, 3 years max. So we will choose, because we can't market 3 products together. So we will have to space it out. But we get 10 years data exclusivity because of QIDP status plus data exclusivity. So max we get is 10 years from date of approval.
Right. Oh, not from the date of patent filing.
That is 20 years.
Right.
So even my patent expires earlier, I still get 10 years
10
data
years. So,
exclusivity.
because approval comes much later.
Suppose my patent expires in say 35
Right.
or 33 and I get approval in 30 or 31, I'll get 10 years.
So it's
Data
a
exclusivity.
natural extension by a few years.
So that is what I was been arguing in India also. Have to have data exclusivity.
Exactly. That is something that you would also want now.
Yeah, we are the only company talking about it. Everybody is opposed. See, the point is in 80s I fought not to have it, okay?
Right.
Today world is different. India has not progressed in 40 years.
That's true.
That's the way you have to look at it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you want to create a culture of innovation and all those things.
Yeah.
How will it happen?
It's a very big policy pivot.
Yeah, I have been telling them a few years ago, and our ministers.
Right.
So is Wockhardt entering into the most important growth phase since its inception?
No, we are, the growth phase is understating what we are. We are getting major transformation. We are transforming. 5 years from today, you would recognize us as a research organization. Or in the biological space, we would be there in insulins.
Oh, yeah. You have one big pillar of insulins also.
There are not many players worldwide. You would be surprised.
Yeah.
It's a single digit.
Yes. Absolutely.
And we are going with all insulins, and it is a lifetime usage. I chose to stay with only insulin. I don't like too much crowding.
No semaglutide.
No, semaglutide, we are not gone today because there are too many people.
Right.
So we will evaluate when we are developing.
Right.
We will have it.
GLP-1.
And we will go recombinant technology there.
Okay. Right.
Recombinant technology is 1/10 the cost or 1/5 the cost, something like that.
Right.
So which pipeline asset you see becoming the next Zaynich?
After Zaynich,
Yeah.
the next would be an injectable we will pick. And we have a choice between 6777, which is once a day, or a gram positive, which is MROC.
Oh, that's a gram positive.
So that is injectable space. So which I create injectable organization, my organization creation space is not there. Then we would independently evaluate MICNEF, which is the community base. So that way we will go. And we have one more coming in gram negative, oral, like Zaynich. That would.
A follow-up or entirely?
No, entirely different. It does not contain Zidabactam.
So generally, it's just an open question. When you have a pipeline which is so strong, there are companies which really come to seek partnerships or even outright takeovers. And you've seen those kind of...
Say partnership, that's why if I create one organization, what do I do with partnership?
Yeah.
It is suboptimal. And if I have so much patient, I have so much resources, I take so much risk to develop a drug all the way.
Right.
If I have to sell halfway the drug,
Then
that is different, which is Glenmark model, which is good model.
Correct.
Because they are in a newer area of research.
Right.
So I'm picked up an area where big guys are abandoned the area. But the world needs those drugs.
What percentage of your future investment will go into innovation vis-a-vis, traditional business?
R&D investment.
R&D.
Measure 80%, 90%.
because you are completely out of generics, right?
The generic, we are literally exiting marginal, जो कुछ है चलता जाएगा 1%, 2% of my what they are doing.
Right.
So we are not going generics. But our generic business is there, you in-license it. Usme to basically we have infrastructure.
Right.
So I have only people cost there a little bit. Only other area is biological, we will be very active in biosimilar.
Right.
And that too, to begin with, only in insulin and this weight loss today. So we will first exhaust the diabetic portfolio. Then we will see what happens worldwide weight loss, what happens with this worthwhile,
Yeah.
if we have cost advantage or what, we will see.
How do you plan to commercialize? And
6 months.
will you do it independently or?
We do it ourselves, yeah. Both in US, India, yeah, everywhere. Look at it, what is my requirement? Product is there. I make in Europe, I make in India. Depending on cost dynamics, I choose. Science is universal. My medical team, my scientist team. So obviously we will have a scientific team which is a linkage between India and my US team. Today with digital communication is non-issue.
Yeah.
And if I do for one product, Zaynich is a very good product. And I don't have to go to 100 markets. You know, we have looked at the market, we have just identified 5 or 8 markets, which covers 90% of requirement. Well, value-wise, amongst emerging market. Yeah, you pick up Mexico, Brazil, Indonesia.
Yes. All the trial.
4, 5.
You did all the trials.
And other product follows only. The moment I go oral, I will need a separate organ. That is where we will think about it. India, US, so we will do it ourselves, Western market. But other market that we can think about it, it's not that complicated to sell a product. Whereas this is a very complicated product medically to sell.
Which some people also say it actually narrows the scope or opportunity of selling the product. So the market size itself is going to be very within a band.
There are 2 ways to look at it. See, today, look at US market. Today, there is antibiotic therapy per day is not even $50, $30 or $40, $8, $6. Some are available at $2. So in between, and ours is $1,000 per day.
Yeah.
So what is the ratio? 20 times, 30 times, you get 5%, 1 or 2% market share, which is
good enough.
Is very large. In India would be the same. India is all drugs available 30, 40, 50 rupees
Yeah.
a day or 100 rupees a day max.
And finally, this is what actually will save the patient.
It would save the patient. And what happens? The usage, by the time it gets near the patent expiry, the problem would be such that this is the only drug which may work. And if the price drops at that time, the usage again will expand. So that is the whole ball game. We don't want to give up a drug when it is off the patent. So price, let us say theoretically drops in India or in it by 80%. Our cost would be lower than my competitors' cost. And I can get a little premium pricing.
Sir, over a 2.5, 3 decades, you did deals and have been in the race in generics, Morton Grove, Pinewood, CJ in UK. You've been like very aggressive on the acquisitions because you wanted to have a big base. Will the innovative scene also see something of a similar nature, or you would like to make it incremental, or do you want to make it much faster?
See, there's a different approach, basically. See, innovating all these molecules, the growths are not going to be incremental. For growth, I don't need to buy anything. So I don't think we would be looking, but we never tell the future, So for me to predict a future, after 5 or 10 years, I won't be there to take decisions.
Sir, again, a question. It is you've also mentioned in the press release that it's an achievement for the Indian pharma industry. So 2 questions, sir. One is, how do you want to reward the innovation team? And secondly, your message to the industry.
I think we take care of our innovation team. And they are very happy, they are very satisfied. And we do recognize and take care of the internal part, that is. Yeah. If my team has remained constant for 25 years, why would they? So I feel very stable. One of the most stable part of our organization is my drug discovery team. And the second question was?
Is about your message to the Indian industry, because you stayed the course. Today, everyone is talking in the industry how you actually built your own example.
See, the whole approach of industry is people want to do research. And many companies have set up separate research organization, invested separately in creating large research facilities. But I see there are three various stages of research, basically, to look at it. It is a company must choose what they want to do and they are comfortable with, both in terms of a commitment and the risks they want to take. Finding a new drug is one aspect of research. Other is a technology, because biotechnology space is a very new area. Tomorrow it will be regenerative space would be there. So it is the area you choose where you want to. But you have to be step ahead. Pure generic is become a non-issue. Second, chemical has a limitation of how much you would do. If somebody is looking 10 years from today, it is more biological. Now, within this space, somebody wants to do innovative research, you can do that. What is there? But that is the call one has to take.
So what was your first reaction when you heard about the approval and?
How we knew we are going to get it.
And if Zaynich becomes a global standard of care, what would that mean personally, to you?
That will mean a lot, because we would be saving a lot of lives in addition to commercial success. But our challenge, other than drug discovery, is I am in the process of creating a business organization which is not necessarily the same which our big guys are here. Because we see you have a legacy and you have done that, but we have an opportunity to look today's knowledge, today's technology, today's science of building an organization. Today, whatever data information you want to create in any language is no longer an issue. Press of a button, you can get it out. Second, we are going to remain in one space. So the people we build up over the years, their competency level would go on increasing and they will be able to easily manage. And I believe that this today environment, I have competency available for next 10 years or 15 years in business area, technical area. But I don't know whether I'll have that competency available after 10, 15 years. So that is where we have to build up
Your own.
people competency, and people is going to be very critical. So that is where we decided to keep leadership in-house rather than spend so much time in creating a normal organization which somebody can manage. Cost us 10, 15% more, 20%. What is that? Over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Short period of time, it doesn't cost. So why do I need a sales organization of 5,000 or 10,000 people, which people have here? You need a small organization relating. And even there, we decide whether it will worthwhile to manage or it is better.
Final, question from my side that, what lessons would you say that, young entrepreneurs have to learn from, Wockhardt's persistence for original innovation? I mean, it's easy to give up, right? Midway.
See, a lot of entrepreneurs succeed enormously also. So,
What kept you going?
keep me going? I don't know. I think your ability to see a totality of picture and ability to look reasonably far ahead. So that is important. And second is looking every issue independently and taking independent call rather than always following what everybody is doing.
Yeah, true. Thank you so much, sir. This was really nice.
Yes. Okay.
Sir.
Thank you so
So-
much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
That's it for today. You were listening to Corner Office Conversation, where we talk to the most interesting business leaders from India and the world. This episode was produced by Anirban Chaudhary, sound designed by Amrit Reggie. Keep listening to our shows wherever you get your podcast. Have a good week.